KSI is losing fans now at quite a rapid rate, especially after his most recent announcement. I thought I'd make this video to really shit on him, but not only do that, but really show how much of a hypocrite and how much KSI has just changed. It is clear as day that his fans are not happy with him. I also have a big announcement at the end of this video, so you want to stay tuned after that. It's not related, but it's a big announcement. This whole story stems from this epic moment in YouTuber boxing history. It's so epic.
Wayne Bridge. Aren't you the guy that let John Terry smash your ex?
Oh, you want to go there straight away, dear?
I'm pretty sure that's what you're known for.
Okay, you go there.
Vanessa, whoa! Vanessa, whoa!
29th, you'll find out.
She jumped on Terry's dick. It made
You'll find out.
big boy feel sick. Vanessa, whoa! Vanessa, whoa! You really want this?
You wanted it, mate. You can get it.
All right, then let's do it.
It's on it.
Let's do it, bro. Yeah, you felt that, huh? Yeah, I'm ready, bro. Let's go. Come on.
So there you see KSI announcing fighting Wayne Bridge, ex-Premier League footballer Wayne Bridge, 44-year-old retired footballer Wayne Bridge. I know what we're all thinking, don't worry. And I'm going to show in this video how much of a fool KSI is. Because we all know that Jake Paul, KSI's biggest rival, KSI is Jake Paul's biggest critic, that the number one thing KSI says to Jake Paul is that he's fighting retired fighters. He's fighting old men. He can't be doing that. It's not credible. And then this fucker goes and calls out Wayne Bridge to sign a fight. He's 44 years old, a retired footballer, and isn't a fighter. A retired fighter, or even a Nate Diaz who wasn't retired. Anderson Silva wasn't retired. An older fighter will be a million times more respectable than a retired 44-year-old footballer. Like, what the fuck? This has to be one of the most trash fights I've ever heard. I'd rather a Joe Fournier trilogy. But you know I had to go and look at KSI's old tweets to really hammer in this hypocrisy. Tweets such as, what Jake Paul's coach said a few weeks ago. Anderson Silva makes sense since Tommy pulled out. Does he? 48-year-old MMA fighter? Clearly KSI using that tweet to highlight that Jake Paul was fighting Anderson Silva, who was 48. Only 4 years older than the footballer that you are trying to fight, who has no experience. That is by far worse. I find this one pretty ironic at the moment. Jake Paul stayed active since 2020 and it took him 3 years to fight and lose to Tommy Fury. I came back August 27th, 2022 and I'm fighting Tommy Fury just about a year later. When I beat Tommy, it will literally shit on and destroy Jake Paul's career. Oh no, didn't do that. And this recent announcement, if anything, is making Jake Paul's, career that he's had look a lot better, because that was the only thing you had against Jake, was that he fought older blokes. But they all had fighting experience. They're all fighters. Here's KSI shitting on Jake Paul fighting Woodley. Should I A, fight a tired Tyron Woodley that hasn't won a single boxing fight and got knocked out by Jake Paul by standing still? B, fight a pro boxer with a better boxing record than Tommy Fury. Ah, yes, when Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley, a fighter, someone who could fight. Now you're seen trying to set up a fight with someone with absolutely no boxing record. Anderson Silva has said that he's been knocked out twice before his fight against Jake Paul. I think we know how this is going to go. You are fighting a retired footballer. I think we know how this is going to go, because it is the most unfair, stupid mismatch ever. And we're going to see in a minute KSI's massive excuse for why he tried picking Wayne Bridge. And then, of course, I had to end this little segment with this tweet. Who was the last person that Jake Paul fought that was under 30? And there's loads of videos, I guarantee, and loads of clips of KSI saying similar things, because he really hammered that home to try and discredit Jake Paul, that he never fought anyone his age, only older people, only retired fighters, blah, blah, blah. KSI, you look like such a mug now of this announcement, of this attempt of an announcement, which we'll get onto. After Tommy Fury beat KSI, where have the challenges been? Where's the risk? Like, any risk. Like, you know, like fighting someone who can fight. Mams Taylor says that KSI won't be taking the Jake Paul route, fighting retired fighters. You know, technically, Mams didn't lie. He isn't fighting retired fighters, just retired footballers. Which is way worse. Come on, let's just fucking be honest. It's so much worse. KSI has responded to all of this by saying that he loves the negativity. He absolutely loves it, creams for it. And that he doesn't care anymore, and that he just wants people to watch him no matter what, and that he loves making negativity and drawing it out of people. And it's just like the most cope response.
Who's going around? What was your reaction to the negative feedback?
I love it. I love it, man. I love the negativity. I love drawing a reaction from people. You know, for me, 2025, I want it to be a case where no matter what, you want to watch me. Whether I'm fighting Darren Till or Jake Paul or Conor McGregor or Wayne Bridge, Wayne Rooney, you know, footballer, actor, MMA fighter, boxer, whatever. I want you to watch me. I want you to care. So I love it. I love that I'm able to draw this reaction, and, well, I'm about to do a lot because it's been 15 months and I've learned a lot after the loss that I had against Tommy Fury. I realized, okay, I need to switch things up. You know, my style, it has its benefits, but also has its weaknesses. So I think with my next fight, I want to showcase more of that. I want to show people how I'm going to move, you know, implement more boxing, implement my bouncing style still, and have this beautiful hybrid that just knocks people out. Because for me, I don't want to leave it to the judges anymore, man. And that's why I've left it so long, because I've been putting on that weight. You know, I'm going to be fighting him at a weight that I've never fought at before, at a heavier weight. Because, you know, I'm eyeing that Jake Paul fight. So if I got to learn to use this, you know, heavier body, I got to find my way a bit, see how it feels. And once I do what I want to do against Wayne Bridge, we move on to the next. And, you know, eventually put Jake Paul in the corner and go, bro, I'm here, I'm ready, let's do it.
Yeah, no. One, can you not just accept you lost? You lost to Tommy Fury, KSI. You didn't lose. You bounced around the ring and did nothing and lost, okay? Just take the L. If anything, that loss has clearly affected you because you haven't challenged yourself in the slightest, haven't tried fighting anyone with any sort of risk, any sort of even playing field, someone who's on your level. Everyone has been a complete shitter where you're, oh, I'm doing a warm-up fight, guys. Just you're getting off the ring rust. You've had ring rust for like 3 years now. Clearly, the Tommy Fury loss had a massive impact on you because you're not willing to take any risk. And now you've gone back on everything you fucking believed in and rinsed Jake Paul for. And now you're worse than Jake Paul. Even trying to fight a 44-year-old retired footballer is like insane. And you know, he's in that interview trying to take it seriously, like, you know, I'm going to do my thing against Wayne Bridge and like put him away. I just got to figure out my style again. It's like, have you not been boxing for ages? Have you not been telling everyone you're the best in Misfits? Why aren't you fighting a Gibb? Or even Darren Till now? Darren Till just beat Anthony Taylor. Why aren't you fighting someone with an ounce of risk? Oh, I think we know why. Because Tommy Fury has clearly scarred you. And like these memes here, this meme perfectly sums it up for me. KSI doesn't fight for 15 months, once retired 44-year-old footballer who hasn't boxed for 6 years. Gibb doesn't fight for 16 months, fights an active slim who came off an amazing KO off Salt Pappy. And it's a common theme in Misfits where all these fighters underneath KSI are taking the hardest fights they can, fights that are pretty even matched and like are gruelers, whereas KSI, who claims he's the best boxer in Misfits, doesn't do that. Like, even close. He's trying to fight easy wins, even doing 2v1s, because he knows how shit the people he's fighting are, that he needs to have 2 of them to make it interesting. It's just a complete farce.
Fine. Olatunji still needs to get his redemption story. He's coming off a loss. Yeah, he's been warming up for 7 years, right? Has he not? Has he not been warming up for 7 years?
He's marinating.
Yeah, no, warming up for 7 years.
You know, big respect to Give Man. I was so happy to see him win and prove KSI wrong and really rub it in his face. And he's right, and I respect for always saying it how it is. And I tell you what, the most embarrassing thing about all of this is, you know, in the announcement, KSI gets very personal with Wayne Bridge, mentions a John Terry situation when John Terry had an affair with Wayne Bridge's wife. Well, it's bit him in the arse, because not even Wayne Bridge wants to fight KSI anymore, because Wayne Bridge has pulled out. Wayne Bridge took to Instagram to say, I'm sure a lot of you have seen what happened on Saturday night at the Misfits boxing event. Firstly, I think it's important that I explain my reasons for accepting the fight. I always like to challenge myself. This felt like a good opportunity to go up against an interesting opponent on a big stage. I've always loved boxing as part of my everyday training routine. I was fully prepared to train hard and have some fun. Of course, I expected to face some criticism, but I feel like what was said on Saturday crossed a line. These are deeply personal comments that affect mine and other families involved in this situation. I'm a family man first, and my priority is to protect them. My opponent is someone that many children look up to around the world, including my kids. Hope one day he will look back on this differently. I personally don't want to be involved in these exchanges. I will no longer be fighting on 29th of March. Still looking out for my next big challenge and have some exciting things coming up in 2025. So KSI has gone out of his way to call out and almost arrange a fight with a 44-year-old retired footballer. He then goes on an interview really trying seriously talking about it and how he needs this fight, you know, it's going to help him, he's going to do the business to his 44-year-old man. And then, because KSI is such a prick, the first thing he does is get extremely personal with Wayne Bridge and calling out the affair he went through. He's completely made himself look like a mug, because now he's done this stupid thing calling out a 44-year-old and it's backfired and he's not getting the fight now. So now he's getting all the hate with none of the reward of actually getting the fight. Oh, God. I love it. I love it. I think it's deserved. And also, if you're Wayne Bridge, an ex-footballer, made a lot of money, probably doing well for himself, yeah, I don't blame him for being like, yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm not going through months of KSI just bashing on this affair I went through. Wayne Bridge didn't do anything wrong. He got done dirty. And KSI's steaming in his face like, oh, look at you getting done dirty. Like, KSI's is a prick. I don't know why people, kids look up to him like that. I don't think they do anymore. The public opinion on KSI has changed a great deal, especially the last few years, where the majority of people online I see are negative comments about KSI now, unless you're 10. If you're 10 years old, maybe you like him. I also found this interesting. I found this today. It was when KSI falsely gave away tickets to him versus Jake Paul to sell his music. Competition to win 2 tickets to my fight with Swarms and 2 VIP tickets to my fight with Jake Paul at Wembley Stadium next year. Enter now. Link in KSItickets.com and at Tom Grennan, who he did a song with, where if people bought this song, they were entered into this giveaway. Now, we all know Jake Paul versus KSI didn't happen, and it's nowhere near happening. So he just used a fake fight that never got agreed properly to leverage music sales. That's extremely scummy. But how scummy is that? That's like me going, guys, make sure you like this video. I got £1,000 to give away. And if you like it, one of you's going to get it. And then it never happens. The £1,000 never existed. That is the exact same. He's promising people VIP tickets to a fight next year. This was in 2022. 2023 would have been the year after. So it's already been 2 years now. I just thought I'd mention it because I thought that was really scummy and gone under the radar for so long. But as KSI's Reddit has pointed out, he is now the Ring Rust champion. And while I've got you, the big announcement I have is I am actually launching my first ever podcast called The Human Condition. It's a completely not YouTube drama related podcast where me and my co-host Ben, we're going to be looking at stories on the internet, stories on Reddit, things that people in real life are going through and challenging, crazy stories, things that are hilarious and things you wouldn't dream of. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Really good, easy listening to. Just stick it on in the background. The link is below. The YouTube channel linked is below. I would appreciate so much anyone who goes over and subscribes to that channel. It would mean so much to me. If you supported me for a while and want like a different side, it's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. And I'd really, really appreciate anyone who just clicks that link, subscribes, and waits for the first episode to drop, because it's going to be, I think it's going to be great. I really do. And I hope you guys get behind me on that. But that is it. Thank you for watching. And until next time, fuck off.